Welcome to Club Reddit, where being a member is as simple as hitting that subscribe button below. Let's get straight into our first story. Entitled Neighbor Throws a Fit. I won't let her in my house to take my alcohol when I'm gone. I live in a 3-unit townhome. We're all good friends and share keys with each other. One of them is my best friend who, with my approval, enters my house when I'm gone to grab a soda. In return, she cooks me food and shares her alcohol with me on weekends. Only thing is, she has the code to my house alarm. This becomes relevant later. One day, entitled neighbor, who lives in a different building, sees her leaving my house and asks what's up. Friend tells her what's up. And thinks we're friends just because I'm friendly to her when she comes around and texts me to rat out the neighbor. I tell her it's fine. Now, entitled neighbor is very obnoxious, but we're all nice to her because you don't want crazy people living across the street. Entitled neighbor a week later comes by and asks why I won't give her a key. I make up an excuse that it's a safety thing because I'm the only one with a fire extinguisher, which is also a fact. The only excuse I can think of now is my landlord won't let me seem to shut her up. I really don't want her in my house. I can only imagine what she'll do in there, and her bringing her kids over to see my shit. I have expensive computer equipment. I don't need kids around. Fast forward a month later, she sees me unload a bucket of fireball shots and quickly makes a beeline across the street and asks for some and trying to make friendly conversation. I roll my eyes and struggle with the seal and hand her two. Thanks babe, love you. Whatever, it's not a big deal. Meanwhile, she still messages me like friends and I watch her house from time to time while she's gone. Last week, I'm at my mom's house when I get a phone call from my home security system company asking if I need police. Roommate and key holders have my code, and it gives you 60 seconds to push the code even if it's wrong, so something is up. I rush home and my front door is wide open, letting the hot summer air strain my electric bill. 2 cops inside. It's none other than entitled neighbor standing at the counter and casually says, "Here she is." She lets me in her house. We're best friends. My jaw drops. Apparently she has the garage door code to friend's house where she found my house keys in friend's house and has the balls to take my stuff when I'm gone like she's entitled to it. Then didn't message me that the alarm was screaming, let me know she wanted something, and didn't even leave when the cops show up. It took the cops 8 minutes to get there, so I have no idea what she was poking around with a screaming alarm. She broke into 2 houses like it was no big deal. I demand she leaves, not pressing charges because I don't want a crazy angry neighbor. My city charges you $100 if you have an unregistered alarm system, so I get a fine from the city. I paid the fee and stuck the bill in her doorway. I haven't seen a dime of that yet. She also hasn't asked for my alcohol either since then. Wow, that lady sounds a bit crazy to me. Have any of our viewers ever encountered a crazy entitled neighbor? Tell us in the comments below. Next story. Entitled Mom Spends Unemployment Money on Cruise and Then Wants a Refund. I work for a customer service center, and before COVID I was taking calls for cruise and travel insurance. I would speak with entitled people all the time, but one lady in particular still stands out in my mind. The name has been changed to Karen to protect the guilty. So it's been a rough day, as I listen and sympathize with people's tragedies that are causing them to have to cancel their cruise. Then, just a couple minutes before my lunch, I get Karen. Now I should mention that the company I work for is in no way affiliated with any cruise line. We just contract labor with the insurance company, and have no control over the insurance policy or the decision of the claim. So I give my greeting in an upbeat and cheerful manner, because I'm good at my job, and part of my job is to be friendly to people even if I'm feeling lousy. So after the greeting, and getting the info to pull up her account, the conversation goes like this. Karen. Yeah. Finally. I had to cancel my cruise, so I need to get a refund. Me. I'm very sorry to hear that you had to cancel your cruise, but I would be happy to help you. What was the reason that you had to cancel? Karen. The state canceled my unemployment, so I need to get the money back. Now at this point I should mention that the insurance policies that the people signed says that they can get a full cash refund if they have to cancel for one of the reasons listed in the policy, or if they don't qualify or don't want to provide documentation. As long as they paid for the plan in time, they can get a cancel for any reason cruise credit equal to 75% of what they paid for the cruise, not including what was paid for the insurance. The most common reason is for a medical emergency, and there are things like terrorist attacks and such. Needless to say, just wanting your money back doesn't qualify for a cash refund. So I'm thinking I must have misheard her or something, so after a second's pause to gather my wits, I say, "What did you say was the reason you had to cancel?" Karen. Audible sigh. I paid for this cruise with the money I got from unemployment, but I just got a letter from them saying I won't be getting any more unemployment money after the end of this month, so I need that money back to pay bills. Me, baffled. Ma'am, I do apologize for the inconvenience. The policy that you purchased has two sections. The first one is the trip cancellation benefit, which offers a full cash refund in the event. Karen. Yes. That's the one I need. Me. The first one is the trip cancellation benefit, which offers a full cash refund in the event you have to cancel your trip after you pay for the insurance. Karen. Yes. I told you that is what I need. How soon do I get my money? Me. The first one is the trip cancellation benefit, which offers a full cash refund in the event you have to cancel your trip after you pay for the insurance for one of the reasons listed in the policy. Unfortunately, have your unemployment insurance run out is not one of the reasons listed in. Karen. What? I was told that I could cancel for any reason and get my money back. Me. There is a cancel for any reason cruise credit equal to 75% of. Karen. No. I need it all back. Me. Ma'am, I do apologize for the inconvenience. Per the policy, the full cash refund, minus what was paid for the insurance, is only available if we can document that the reason you canceled for is one of the 8 specified reasons. Otherwise there is the cancel for any reason cruise credit. Karen. A cruise credit? I don't need me no cruise credit. I need my money back. Me. Ma'am, I'm sorry for the confusion, but the policy says that we only offer a cash refund if you have to cancel for one of the specified reasons. Those reasons are. Karen. So what are those so-called reasons? Me. The first reason is for sickness, injury, or death, or yourself, a traveling companion, or members of either of your immediate families, that is diagnosed in. Karen. So what if I say I'm sick? Me. I'm very sorry to hear that. As part of the claims process we will need documentation of your sickness from your doctor so we. Karen. What? Those are my private medical records. No way are you getting my private medical records. You have no right to see them. Me. That is, of course, your choice, but the policy does say, diagnosed and treated by a licensed physician, so if we aren't able to get the medical documentation we would not be able to offer a cash refund. There is, however, the cancel for. Karen. Well, if I say that I'm sick that's all the documentation you'll receive or have any right to. Me. Well, you're welcome to submit a claim, but if we can't receive the medical documentation we will be unable to provide a cash refund. Karen. But I need that money to pay rent and buy groceries for my kids. Are you saying you want my kids to be starving and homeless? Me. I'm very sorry to hear that. Perhaps you can speak with the unemployment office to see what they need to. Karen. I already tried that and they said they wouldn't. I need that money. Me. Then perhaps you could see if there are any kind of state or local assistance programs? Or perhaps a local church or charity would be willing to help you? Karen. So what you're saying is that you want my kids to be homeless and starving. I didn't know they were gonna end my unemployment when I paid for this cruise. It's not my fault. Me. I'm very sorry to hear about your financial difficulties. Unfortunately I can't change the contract. Perhaps. Karen. No one told me I had to give no reason to get my money back. I shouldn't have to give no reason why to get my money back. That's why you buy insurance. Me. I am very sorry for the inconvenience. I am unable to alter the contract, or change the reasons listed in. Karen. And what are these reasons? So I go through all the reasons listed in the policy, and, surprise surprise, none of them apply to her. So she get even more upset, screaming even louder, and demanding to speak with my supervisor, since she says I want her children to starve to death. I tell her I'd be happy to get a manager on the line as soon as possible, but that they can't change the policy either. Karen demands to speak with someone who can. I inform her that any changes in the insurance contract would require the sign-off of the entire legal department, which is a guess on my part, and that even then it would apply to new policies, not ones already signed. So she demands to speak with the CEO. Like I have the CEO on speed dial or something. So I offer to submit an escalation to our executive team. Karen, still screeching, tells me she don't need no executive team. I didn't ask you for no executive team. I told you to let me speak with the CEO. I tell her that the executive team is the highest level one have access to, and even there I don't get to talk to them, just submit escalation requests. But she says that's not good enough, and demands the CEO's private cell phone number, insisting she knows that I have it. I don't. She keeps threatening to call the cruise line and tell them to fire me, but I keep trying to tell her that I don't work for the cruise line. Eventually she says she's gonna sue yo butt and send you to prison, and hangs up. I, being the friendly and helpful person I am, submit the escalation, and make sure to put in the exact details so that if she calls in again people will know what she's up to. And then I go to lunch secure in the knowledge that I'm most likely never going to hear from her again, especially since she kept on calling me the wrong names the whole time. If you enjoyed this video on Entitled People, be sure to support our channel by hitting like this video, tapping the subscribe button, and turn on bell notifications, so you will be notified when we post new content. Thank you.